one, from Nashville, Tennessee, it's John Bibby.
Now we'll see John Bibby make his way down the aisle. The other co-owner of Armored MMA. He is known as the Winged Hussar. There you see him donning those wings on his armor as well.
I love his walkout every time. It's so cool.
It's so cool.
And he actually makes light armor.
Yeah.
One of his businesses.
Yeah. Tennessee Boohert, you'll notice you get a look at it, you'll see that big T on the shield coming out of his own production facility where he makes shields and other weapons. And he was showing me that shield before we got started today and how he's refined that over time based on how can I make this more durable? How can I make it more durable?
Always learning his craft.
We'll talk more about that in a second, and let's meet his opponent.
Fighter number 2, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, it's Kris Fuller.
Kris Fuller comes down the aisle now, so coming back to just a quick note here on the Tennessee Boohert shield. Bibby was telling me, hey look, there's a lot that's just plywood. But plywood splits, plywood splinters, plywood can shatter into someone's eye. So he reinforced it with steel around the edges and an aluminum backing or aluminum coating over the wood plywood. And so all of these things help contain it but reinforce it at the same time, making it as strong as possible. As we see now the tail of the tape, brought to you by Bibby's own Tennessee Boohert. This is the 5th or 6th time rather that these two have fought each other. Bibby is undefeated against Fuller. Let's send it to Mickey Gallus for the call.
Fighters to the center of the ring. To reintroduce the fighters, wearing the red brigandine, it's John Bibby. And their opponent, wearing the black and red brigandine, it's Kris Fuller. The fighters have agreed to 3 1-minute rounds. If you're taken to the ground, you'll be stood up after 10 seconds. If your clinch is inactive for longer than 4 seconds, you will be separated. No illegal strikes. Defend yourselves at all times and obey the referee at all times. Fighters, do you agree to these terms? Then touch tips and back to your corners. Fighter number 1, are you ready? Fighter number 2, are you ready? And Ken, are you ready for the next match? Then start fight.
We are underway here. Bibby and Fuller. Again, the 7th time these two are fighting against each other. Bibby taking W's in all of their previous fights. But this time, they only were matched up on 3 days' notice. Fuller's original opponent dropped out. Bibby said yes. So not a lot of time to prepare, but that's where experience against the other person really plays a factor.
Experience is, I would argue, the most crucial thing that is a huge advantage.
Very true, very true. He's coming into the gym early this week. Oh, nice shield punches. He's like, I got to work on these things, so I want to make sure I keep my win.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm loving his angles right now. He's taking very good angles. Income Kris chart C started to take that angle. He's going to spin off here in a second.
Nice little chest game with that.
One angle from Kris.
One thing you'll notice, probably more prominently when they're fighting with swords versus other weapons, is one of the standard rules of Armored MMA is no thrusting motions with your weapons.
Yep.
Correct. It's all
And
slashes.
stop fight. Fighters to your corners.
Very nice.
We'll give them a quick minute to rest and send them back out for round number 2.
Got to keep everybody safe, right?
100%. Yeah. At the end of the day. Looked like they were having some really good exchanges.
Very nice.
And it was pretty constant throughout the whole entire round. I always say it every show. I'm really glad I'm not a counter.
Yeah, no, it'd be wild. Like they're actually exchanging pretty back and forth, and then maybe people will get 2 ahead. Nice little shots going. You can see back home for the people who are watching this tape as we go, Bibby will do a sword shot, step off, inline punch. sword shot, and like step with step.
He's really good. One thing I really love about him,
30
here's that
seconds.
replay front. We've got the shield strike there, that nice pop from Kris, and then there's that angle we were talking about.
Yeah, circle out, circle out.
Yep. And Bibby did a great job there, realizing he got hit with a good shot, and there's a charge coming behind it.
10 seconds,
And put it out
fighters.
of the
Lock
way.
and load.
Everybody
Let's
forgets
go.
you get hit when you keep your feet still.
Yes, 100%.
Got to attribute a lot of that to the conditioning of both of these. Fuller said they get 20,000 steps in a day, every day, along with as much time sparring as possible.
Yeah.
Bibby said he is punching his pal at home as often as possible and doing speed weightlifting as well for his conditioning.
Nice.
Round number 2. Fighter number 1, are you ready? Fighter number 2, are you ready? And Ken, who's ready for another round? And start fight.
Bibby, if not one of, perhaps the senior most member of the Armored MMA roster. One thing to look out for in this round that Fuller said they were paying more attention to in their preparation was those shield punches by Bibby, and really been working on getting quicker on their feet to play that range game and then be able to counter with a punch of their own.
Yep, there's that angle, and then Bibby's gonna go for that grapple. And there's a nice knee from Kris.
Got him. Kris needs to go down. Nice. Get those points.
Gotta get the points there.
Nice knee, but you got to be careful for the reverse.
And there you
Yep.
see Bibby trying to hook
He's
the
gonna
leg.
drop, and he's
And
got it.
yes.
He's got it. Got that reverse, but it's time to stand up and bring it
Over
up.
10 seconds. So now, let's do a rules clarification here, Spencer. That qualifies as a reversal, correct?
Correct. Because that when Bibby was going, they were trying to go, they're fighting for it, then Kris managed to turn around, get the actual takedown, then get everyone's cage. How many clear shots actually happened? Not sure, but it was good.
Fighters back at it here in the final 15 seconds
nice.
of round 2.
Nice pump fake.
10 seconds.
And Bibby's he does a good job, like you said, Spence, with that shield strike, then coming with that snap of the sword. And then Kris is doing a good job fighting back, but kind of gets in that charge mode a little bit.
Fighters to your
Gotta watch
corners.
kind of Bibby
Give a quick bit of
doing his
rest and
bait
set him for their
tactic.
final
Yeah, and
round.
you're seeing Kris though, like there's many times in the second round instead of adjusting, you love to see the fighters adjust. Kris brings their foot up, Bibby starts to come in, Kris puts it back down, tries to get a punch in. So there's this game going on, back and forth. It's really nice to see.
When you look at the shape of the shield, you know, that lower end of it, the shorter end, it's almost like a trapezoid shape.
Yeah.
How much does that that little just like hello punch to the front of your helmet, how much does that get you?
It's decent. Like honestly, the force and the physics, all that on that little point, even the front, hurts. So as you see down, got him down, Kris pin, starting to get the shots in.
30 seconds.
Doing a nice soft posting up. Got some
All
knees, but that's when you got into trouble. You almost want to get, but you want to post
You
up.
gotta get
either
that
way.
knee right back, right?
Yes.
Return it where you got it from.
And once that beam starts, you know, gravity does its job, right?
It's hard to stop. At that point, you have to decide where you're going to fall.
Sure.
10 seconds, fighters. Lock and load, and let's go.
Bibby, the 55-year-old fighter. And you look at him and you'd say, no, you mean 35.
Yeah, he's got great hair, and he looks young, acts young, in a good way. Let me clarify that one. I had to save that real quick.
Final round. Fighter number 1, are you ready? Fighter number 2, are you ready? And who's ready for the final round? Then start fight.
So now in this third round, let's pay attention here to that conditioning again. Fuller mentioned pacing was really important to them in this fight, and they really want to make sure the energy they have here is just as much the energy they had in round 1.
That's something I like to look at when you first start and you're looking across that list. You're trying to see how those shoulders are rising up to see how that air is going. They're breathing deep. Bibby's doing decently, but he's taking nice shots on too. Oh, nice turn. Kris does the turn. Nice turn.
Both fighters went down at the same time.
So this one, Kris needs to drop their sword and start getting punches in.
Get those
People
punches.
hold on to the sword, but you can't throw that shot from that ground position.
So one of the techniques here of Armored MMA is you are allowed to drop your weapon when you have 3 points of contact on the ground.
Correct.
And that could even be holding your opponent while your opponent on the ground counts as a single point of contact of those 3.
Very much so.
So now you see Bibby actually trying to use his lower body there with a front kick.
Step
That's
behind,
no good.
yeah.
Yep, And Kris is doing such a good job of setting. There's Bibby dropping that sword. Like you said, Kris is doing such a good job setting up that takedown, but not fully getting that safety after the fact.
It's hard. That's one of those things where you've seen with those like combo sections. When you post up behind, it's kind of like you lose that arm. That's why you'll see me out fight with a buckler.
Right.
It still is not much protection, but I can control getting away from it.
Correct. There's always a give and take with the shield choice and the weapon choice.
So 3 rounds in the books. Judges will make their final tallies. Potentially, we might be looking at Kris Fuller's first W over John Bibby.
Going to see the takedown. See that if the takedowns counted, I'd say those are going to obviously get the most points. See how they saw it.
That's one thing we're looking at as a sport, because the sport's a living sport. We're coming up with new ideas, we're thinking of things. When you take somebody down, the points some people want, they can be higher points, but we don't want these decisions to be done by just one takedown, per se.
You see the amazing camaraderie between these two fighters who know each other so well. Now let's take it to Mickey Gallus.
Fighters to the center. After 3 rounds, your winner is John
Bibby against Kris Fuller, but a very, very well fought match by both of them.